G'day, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be learning how to throw chopsticks. To throw chopsticks, you put the butt of the chopstick in your hand, grab the whole chopstick, pull it back, and throw. I'm going to be testing the accuracy and the power, but I'm not just going to be throwing chopsticks. I'm going to be throwing pens and pencils too. Now, before I can get on to testing the strength of the chopsticks, I need to learn how to throw them. So I've set up a cardboard box there, and I've got 8 chopsticks. I'm just going to throw them and see how good I am without any practice. And practice is what I needed. It took me ages before I got my first one. And when I finally got my first one, it was just a fluke, and I couldn't get another one for ages afterwards. Until something just clicked and I started getting them a lot more regularly. Alright, so I've used the chopsticks now. I'm going to try the pens next. I'm going to take the lid off and place it on the end when I'm throwing it, just because I feel like it might add a little bit extra weight and make it better for throwing. Now the pens, they were awful. They were the worst out of all of them to throw, the hardest by far, and I just couldn't get any of them to land in the box. Okay, so I've been throwing these pens for a while now, and the chopsticks went through a bit better, but you can see there are small little holes, like these ones here, and there's all ink marks all over the cardboard where the pens have gone, either just left a trail, or they're poked in a little bit, and then they're falling out. So, pens are going in, but they're just not staying in. Alright, so it's the next day now. After that terrible attempt with the pens, I'm not feeling too confident about the pencils. And my big fear is the lead is going to break in the pencil. When I throw it, it's going to hit the cardboard and break on the ground. But let's give it a go anyway. Now the pencils, they were almost as bad as the pens, but not nearly as hard to throw. After all that, here's our table. The chopsticks were the easiest to throw, pens were the hardest by far, and the pencils, they were kind of in the middle. Alright, now it's time to test my accuracy. I've set up a dartboard, ignore my horrible drawing. I'm going to throw each of them 10 times and see who has the highest score of accuracy. Now, the pen and the pencil didn't actually pierce the cardboard, and they did leave ink or pencil marks on the cardboard, so we could still see that on the scoreboard. Now, when it comes to the accuracy test, I'm really disappointed in myself. To keep it consistent, I only threw 10 chopsticks, and they were the worst throws I'd done all day. If I could have put the dartboard up earlier in the day, I would have gotten a much higher score. Now it is time for the pens. I'm honestly thinking the pens are going to score 0, but I was honestly quite surprised when this happened. And then unfortunately I knocked it out, but 3 is still a great score. Now the pencils did a lot better than I thought, getting a high score. Here are the scores after the accuracy test. Now you may be thinking, none of the pencils went in, but they still left little holes on the board, so I'm going to count that as points. And last is the power test. I've broken this into 2 parts. First is the can. Started throwing the chopsticks at the can, but every time I hit it, it just bounced around. Stick this in, right there. Put the can on it. Then hopefully, when these hit it, the can doesn't go flying. And it worked. Now, none of the chopsticks actually pierced the can, but they did leave big dents. And that's still power to me. Alright, so next is the pens. I feel like they're going to do the worst out of all of them. I've got most faith in the chopsticks, and maybe the pencils because they're a little bit sharper, but the pens, let's give them a go. Now, I was dead wrong. The pens didn't do the worst. The pencils did the worst. Alright, last is the pencils. I have high faith in these ones because these ones have got quite a bit of a point. I reckon they're going to do the most damage. Okay, so I'm only going to give the chopsticks a yes because they were the only ones that left massive dents. Pens left a small dent, and the pencils, I don't think they left a single dent. And for the last test, it's the apple. My job's going to be trying to get a chopstick, pen and pencil to pierce the apple. The chopsticks, they did the best. I kind of think we all saw that coming though. Right, so after the chopsticks, there's quite a bit of damage on this apple. We got one really decent hit here. It just went really deep into the apple. It's probably the best hit we're going to get. All right, now it's time for the pens. The aim with the pen is just the worst. So I'm going to try my hardest to try and get the pen in the apple. Did get it right there. Got it right there. And now the pens did great. They left many holes in the apple, many more than I thought they would. So the pens did a lot better than I thought they would. And now it's time for the pencils. Now the problem with the pencils is some of them are looking like this, quite good. But other ones, not so good. The pencils did horrible. They bounced off the apples and somehow I managed to keep getting it in the cardboard even though I wasn't trying to. But when I finally got it, they did leave quite a deep hole. Okay, so the pencils did the worst, and I don't know how I managed to keep getting the pencils in the cardboard when I wasn't trying. Same with the pens. I don't know how I managed to do that, but yep, so the chopsticks did the best for this, and then the pens. So now here are the final results. The chopsticks did the best by far, second place has got to go to the pencils, and third is the pens. I just wanted to say a quick something before I finish the video. If you enjoy videos like this, where I'm just fooling around, doing things that I think are fun, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.